For better or worse, the new FHO Plus model is going to change the way family doctors practice family medicine in Ontario. The new changes put more incentive back towards fee for service volume and seeing patients in person in your office. This is opposed to the original FHO model, which incentivized keeping patients healthy, empowering self management, and generally keeping patients out of our offices. The original FHO model incentivized seeing patients less frequently and packing in many issues into multi issue, longer visits. That is no longer the case in the new FHO Plus model. Here is some mathematical modeling to illustrate.
Keep in mind, these spreadsheets are not perfect and do not show the complete picture. They're more just intended to show general conceptual trends, like, for example, is it better to do multi-issue longer visits or break things into multiple single-issue visits? Or is it better to have a large roster size or perhaps a smaller roster size and see patients more frequently? Here we see some of the general numbers I'm using for this model. If we assume that a doctor wants to work generally a fixed number of hours per week, in this case 40 hours per week, you can see some general trends here. You make more money per year and per hour by doing quicker single-issue visits. And not only that, the roster size is smaller in those situations. And here's another way to look at it with a fixed roster size rather than a fixed number of hours per week. There's a general trend in that you make more money per year with short, frequent, single-issue visits, but that also requires a bit more doctor time and staff time. Here's the great thing though. Compared to the current FHO, which has no hourly rate and 19% shadow billings, if you compare, say, 20-minute visits, that goes from $340,000 per year up to $474,000 per year in the FHOplus model, or 10-minute visits go from $357,000 per year in the current FHO up to $511,000 per year in the FHOplus. Now, as mentioned before, these spreadsheets aren't perfect. They're just showing some general set trends and concepts.
The new FHO Plus model incentivizes practice styles that are different than what FHO doctors and our patients are currently used to. For better or worse, this is going to have some unintended consequences. As shown, it's generally better to see patients in person rather than, say, email, to see patients more frequently for single issue visits, and to perhaps keep a smaller roster size but see the patients more frequently. This will likely result in going back to the days when family doctors' offices were fully booked, crammed with many patient visits, often running behind, and potentially longer wait times to get in to see the family doctor. In an era when millions of Ontarians do not have a family doctor, this may actually incentivize family doctors to keep smaller roster sizes and to not take on new patients and not expand our roster sizes. Time will tell.